I woke up to discover that my wonderful husband Jason stayed up all night cleaning our kitchen. He did a really nice job. We can use this butcher block surface again. This had cosplay building materials all over it for many months. And so now we can use it for baking and prep work. We are getting ready to go to an event in Birmingham. It's the Birmingham Flea Market. I have a friend who does vintage reselling and she has a booth there, and there's going to be some other really great local vintage resellers and different antique booths and whatnot that'll be there. It's at a brewery and we're going to meet my friend Kira and her boyfriend Steve, and when I get back I'm going to make pumpkin chocolate chip marshmallow cookies. So it's going to be a really nice day. It has been so far. I showed earlier, but I woke up to a really nice surprise, which was my husband had deep cleaned our kitchen, which was wonderful. So now I'll get to bake some cookies and enjoy the clean kitchen. But I'm really looking forward to going and meeting my friends for a couple of hours. Everything all set out and ready to go when we get back. And if I have the time, I'd like to try to make a sugar cookie since I have these pumpkin cutouts. I think that would be really cute. Or I could make a gingerbread cookie. I'm probably going to do that because for vegan recipes, I found that gingerbread cookies tend to work a little bit better, especially if you're using a cookie cutter. But my mom found these pumpkin spice marshmallows. They're like mini marshmallows, so I'm planning on baking half of the pumpkin chocolate chip cookies with these marshmallows in them. I've always wanted to try cookies with marshmallows, and being vegan for so long, I've just never had those cookies before, so I'm going to try it with these ones. And then I have some dark chocolate chips. And a can of pumpkin. So I'm super excited. I was going to try to make these before we left, but now I don't really have the time. Gorgeous plant was a nice surprise from my mom and my sister yesterday. I didn't get a chance to actually look at how insanely beautiful these flowers are, but this is a variety of hibiscus, and they were at an open-air market yesterday, and I guess there were plants for sale, and so they picked us up this one, and we have it rehydrating in the sink right now in a bowl of water. But this is really beautiful. It looks like lanterns or like vintage lamps. Really pretty. Hibiscus flowers always remind me of growing up in Hawaii, although I never saw this variety there. So it's Many hours later, it's getting dark outside. We're finally home. We were out longer than I think we expected to be, but it's because we were having such a wonderful time with our friends. And the flea market that we went to was really fun. It was all booths from people who like curate collections of different styles of vintage clothing, and we found everything from like 1940s gorgeous pieces to early 2000s. It was just a lot of fun. My friend owns a vintage reselling company called Fluffy Tufts Vintage, and I found her booth, and she had this beautiful blue and black plaid wool skirt. I think it's from the 70s, and so I bought that, and it just so happened to be exactly my size. So I'm excited to try it on and see, how well it fits. I think it's going to be something that will be a beautiful piece for fall, but also winter because it's a darker kind of moodier color palette, but it's that beautiful wool skirt like that you picture for just the perfect kind of fall. Anyway, I'm going to bake the cookies now that I was talking about earlier. So I changed my clothes and I threw on an apron. Even though it's 80 degrees outside, it's a little bit chilly, so I have on a long sleeve turtleneck, kind of mock neck. And I'm going to get started with these cookies. Let's see how they go. This will be a new recipe for me, and I have to tweak it a little bit. Recipes are sometimes more suggestions than they are prescriptions, so we'll see how this goes. I'm out of baking powder, so I'm going to have to do like a baking soda substitute. So, but other than that, I think it'll be pretty much the same. I'm gonna get started on these cookies. So in a mixing bowl, I have half of a cup of solid coconut oil. It's a little bit warmer today, so it's slightly on the melted side, but it's as solid as I could get it, which is good because since these are vegan, they don't have butter. So I'll be creaming the coconut oil, and so having it be more of a solid, being a bit stiffer, it helps with that process of creaming the sugar like you would cream, butter and sugar. And then I'm adding some brown sugar, about 3/4 of a cup. I'm just eyeballing everything. That looks correct. And then I need half of a cup of granulated sugar. I actually have this huge bag from Costco. I have to refill our little container. We buy everything in bulk, especially our dry goods. Rice, flour, any kinds of sugar, spices, and so we have all kinds of containers that we put everything into. So it's time to refill our sugar container. If you're making vegan baked goods, maybe if you're wanting to try them or make them for a loved one or something, over the many years that I've been doing this, I've gotten a lot of questions about not just replacements, but if you look at like vegan recipes, sometimes they'll say vegan white sugar, and that might not seem like something you'd have to pay attention to, but the reason why it'll be specific is some sugar and like flours and things are actually bleached with bone char. So now I need vanilla and molasses. I'm going to go ahead and add vanilla and then beat this mixture and then add the molasses next. So now I have coconut milk, I have my pumpkin, and I have my molasses. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of molasses. This part's going to take a minute. I just realized I did not cream the white sugar in with the brown sugar and the coconut oil, so I just added that in. That's alright. Now I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of my coconut milk. And you can use like soy milk or almond milk, but the coconut milk is nice because it has a higher fat content. And then about a third of a cup of the pumpkin. Now I'll mix all of this again. Now I need about 2 1/4 cups of flour. And this is just organic, unbleached, all-purpose flour. Since I'm out of baking powder, I'm going to use baking soda as a substitute. And since the recipe calls for a teaspoon of baking powder, I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and hope for the best. Now it's time to add the best part, which are the spices. I have some whole nutmeg here, and I'm going to grate some of these into the mixture. give myself some time. I'm not going to grate cinnamon today. I'm just going to use this already powdered cinnamon. Generous amount. We love a lot of spice in our house. I'm also going to add a bunch of ginger. I can't find the cloves right now, so the ginger will have to do, again, a good bit. And I already added some salt. I'm just going to fold this dough together to start. So now the dough is done. It's something, it's kind of like a gingerbread batter. It's definitely meant to be a little bit on the stiffer side. So I'm going to half this and then add the chocolate chips to, I'm going to add the chocolate chips to both batches, but in one of the batches I'm also going to add these little marshmallows. My husband doesn't really want these, so I'm going to make sure to not put any in some cookies so that he can enjoy them too. So here's the dough with the chocolate chips before I split it in half. I've never made anything with marshmallows before, so I hope this is actually good. I'm going to guess that these will need longer to bake because of all the extra bulk in there. Is it yummy? Can Mama have some? Thank you. So these are all ready to go in the oven. I am a little bit worried about spreading because I did not refrigerate this dough before putting them in, and it's a hot day, so I have a feeling they'll probably spread, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, I just pulled these out of the oven. This batch with the chocolate chips, again, these are pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. These look perfect, right? Delicious. Here's something I did not consider. These have basically turned into pumpkin s'more cookies. I don't know how I didn't think about this, but this is hilarious to me. They look delicious. I have a feeling they're going to be really good, especially when warm, but this is pretty hilarious. So the verdict is still out as to whether or not these are actually good, but I'm going to try one while it's warm. I have a feeling it will be like a pumpkin s'more. So I'm very excited to finally bake something. I have not had the time this month, and I'm putting them on the cooling rack right now. I normally bake fairly often, but this month has really left me without a lot of spare time. So this is exciting, and I love making pumpkin baked goods year-round. So breads, muffins, cookies for sure. And then anytime you add chocolate chips to a pumpkin recipe, it's 10 times more delicious. So again, I'm excited to try the marshmallow one. We'll see how that goes. So I wonder if non-vegan marshmallows do this spreading thing. You guys will have to let me know. Jason is about to try a cookie. I'm waiting for him to tell me what he thinks. I'm going to stare intensely at him until he does. Staring intensifies. What do you think? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see what this is like. Okay, I like it, but my husband is right that these need more salt. Decided that while they're not perfect, because they do need some more salt, they are absolutely delicious. Hello. Sorry about the lighting. It's dark. I finally just got my daughter to sleep, and because it's the end of the day on Sunday, I wanted to make sure to pull the names for the Moon River sock yarn and pattern giveaway that I talked about 2 episodes ago, or 2 vlogs ago. So as promised, I'm going to draw one winner who will win a skein of my Moon River colorway on sock yarn that is 75% blue face Leicester and 25% nylon, as well as a copy of the Moon River Socks pattern by Gabriella of Merryweather Knitting. So you'll get both of, if you are drawn first, you will receive both of those things. And then I'm also going to draw a second winner, thanks to Gabriella offering to donate a pattern, one of her Moon River Socks patterns. A second winner will just receive a copy of the pattern. So just like as a reminder, for the physical yarn prize, I'm only able to send that domestically in the US, any of the 50 states, but I can only send it within the states for this giveaway. I'll have more in the future and I will work on expanding, but the pattern can go to anybody. We're going to send the pattern via Ravelry. If you don't have Ravelry, I'm sure we can come up with a different way to send it. I think she actually sells the pattern. I should have looked before, but I think she actually maybe has it on Etsy or something. So either way, I'll make sure that a copy gets emailed to you if you don't have Ravelry. So what I'd like for you to do, if your name is drawn, I'm going to show you on my iPad because we're going to be a little bit primitive right now. I'm going to hold up my iPad and show you the comment picker picking a name, just so you know it's fair and that it was random. And if you would, please send me an email just to let me know that you were picked. And my email is papercraneyarns@gmail.com, and I'll be sure to put that on the screen and I'll link it below, but just find a way to get in touch with me. Make sure you include your YouTube username so I know that it's you, and yeah, okay. I'm super excited. I've never done this on YouTube before, so I'm excited to see. I had quite a few sweet comments. I loved reading through all of your songs, your favorite songs. All you had to do was just make a comment that said Moon River to be entered. But I also asked if you would just maybe share one of your favorite oldies songs or vintage songs, just because, you know, I'm curious and I have quite a few to sit down and listen to and enjoy, so I'm excited about that. But let's get to what you guys are all waiting for, and that'll be the winner. So again, the person I'm about to draw first will get sort of the grand prize, so you'll get the yarn and the pattern. If you happen to not be a US resident, please let me know, and I will try to maybe I'll gift you not only the Moon River Socks pattern, but Gabriella also has a beautiful shawl pattern. So if you can't receive the yarn, maybe I will gift you both of her patterns or something. But hopefully you're in the US so you can get the yarn. Let's see. Okay, so I'm on this website, commentpicker.com. It's the YouTube comment picker. It's full of ads. I put in the URL for the video. It's showing that there were 33 comments, and I'm telling it to pick a random one. Okay. So I'll press the start button. Don't mind these ads. Let's see, who is it? Brenna. This says, and that's all it says is the name Brenna. Oh, I pulled up my video. I am such a noob when it comes to this. So this is Brenna's icon, and the name is Brenna1066. So if that's you, please send me an email. Your comment says, "The new dice base looks great. I've never heard the Moon River song before, so I'll go listen after your video. My song suggestions would be Crazy He Calls Me, I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire, and Veronica der Lens ist da." I love I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. That's one of my favorite songs. So that's really fun that that's one of your favorite songs too. I listen to it all the time. Actually, anything by them. Now I can't think of their name. I was just listening to them like yesterday. they have some beautiful songs, and the recordings are gorgeous. They have that beautiful, just, I don't know, there's so much character that's built into those recordings, those vintage recordings of their music. I swear, the name of the group is going to come to me as soon as I'm done recording. I'll link that song below. They have beautiful songs. But yeah. Okay, so congratulations, Brenna1066. Make sure to send me an email at papercraneyarns@gmail.com because you are going to get the sock yarn and the pattern. I'm so excited for you. I hope that you'll love it. Okay, so this second person is going to get a copy of the Moon River Socks pattern, which is very exciting. It is an incredible pattern. I think I've already said it's so beautiful. It's well worth your time. So I hope whoever gets it really has such a wonderful time knitting it like I did, and like the others who I know who knit it, we all just have loved it. So I hope that you have so much fun with this pattern. You're probably going to want to make a pair in every color. Anyway, let's pick the second winner. So we make that full screen, and I'll hit start, and Shannon. Shannon, I think this is the Shannon that I got to meet, right? Shannon, I met you at Rhinebeck, didn't I? Let's see. I'm trying to pull up your comment. Yeah, I think this is you, Shannon, right? The username is MeShannonC. Right here, right? Yep, right there. So make sure to send me an email. Your comment says, "The Moon River colorway is so pretty. I have been loving your vlogs, but this one was a lot of fun. Congratulations on the expansion and the shirt collection. I cannot think of any specific songs other than Christmas songs right now, but I have always loved Jingle Bell Rock. It's my favorite Christmas song." Thank you for the sweet comments about the store expansion and the shirt collection. Yeah, I hope that you'll love the pattern. Like I said, it's really beautiful and so much fun. And I just realized you can see Elmo. My daughter's Elmo. He's just like laid out on the floor back here. Okay, I'm so glad I got a chance to do this, even if it's dark. Yay! That's our giveaway. But I do want to thank everybody for leaving comments on that video and sharing with me your favorite songs. And you know, it's like, it's bittersweet doing this giveaway because on the one hand, I'm so glad to have the opportunity to like share something with you guys, and on the other hand, I really love everybody who's left all these comments. You guys, especially many of you have commented like all month long, and so I've seen your name and I've seen your picture and I've read your sweet comments all month, and I just really want to give something back, and I just don't know what I could do for everybody. So hopefully these videos in some way suffice. I don't know when, but I'll have another giveaway hopefully pretty soon. I may, on the last day, which I think tomorrow is technically the last day that I need to record, since I've been recording a day early. If I record tomorrow, that video will go up on the 31st, and then I'll technically be done with Vlogtober, which is really bittersweet. I'll probably, you know, reflect a little bit on tomorrow's video and just kind of what this month of vlogging did for me, because this was a totally brand new experience for me. Of course, I've been on YouTube for a couple of years, doing like the formal sit-down podcast thing, which I really love, but it is a little bit, it's a different environment and it's a different place to be mentally. This feels much more natural and relaxed, and I'm hoping that because I've had this whole month to kind of practice this sort of interaction, that the next time I sit down to record a podcast, maybe I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. I won't be as, you know, self-conscious, because I've spent all month, again, just doing this, and you guys have just been so sweet this whole time, and yeah, I really appreciate it. Actually, I'm going to sit down and play catch up with all of the comments in a couple of days when the vlogs are just done, because this, as you can probably tell, this is taking up all of my evenings and a lot of my mornings, getting all the footage upload it to the computer and then editing it and making sure that it's okay. And I don't want any more audio issues. There were a couple times this month where my microphone wasn't picking up the audio, or the sound mixing, the music got too loud, but I didn't notice until it exported and suddenly it seemed like the file was changed or something. But I want to sit down and really connect with everybody, and yeah, I'm going to take some time to reflect on kind of what this month did for me. But yeah, I will on the last day, so tomorrow's video, I think I'll come up with some kind of coupon code that will be kind of just special for those who are watching, for my store, and it'll be good. Just I should be able to set it where it's, maybe I'll set it to where you can use it through the end of the year. I have to look at how my marketing stuff works. I forget. So yeah, I'll be sure to share a special coupon code just for you guys, and maybe you can pick up some yarn that you like, or maybe there's something you need to finish a project, or some knitting needles, just something to, yeah, it's not much, but I think it'd be fun. I'm really rambling. This is the first moment, truly, genuinely the first moment I've spent by myself today. So I think I'm just like, you know, I'm really enjoying reading right now, everybody's song recommendations. There's some special ones in here, like people kind of sharing some memories from childhood, and I see some Louis Armstrong. I totally agree. Okay, well, I think I'll have a lot of editing to do for this video. So now I have to decide if I am going to go to sleep, which I probably should do, because tomorrow, with it being Monday and we're back from vacation and everything, tomorrow is my office day for my work from home job. Yeah, if you didn't know, I have a work from home job on top of my business. It's part-time, but on Mondays I work from essentially 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's not like it's a constant all-day thing, but I have to be on top of things. It's like an on-demand. I have to respond to things right away. I'm an office administrator essentially, so we work in, I don't want to like obviously talk about the company that I work for, but essentially I work in a disability support services field, but I work in the office side of things. And obviously disability support services are very vital to a lot of people's daily lives, and so I take it very seriously. But every Monday it's like, you never know what you're gonna get. It's either going to be jam-packed and stressful and just something constantly, and some days it's like, okay, here's a little bit of work in the morning, and then you have hours of like just a couple emails here and there, and then it picks up or something. Yeah, so I don't know what to expect tomorrow, since I wasn't in the office last week. But I hope that I'll get to clean. I would love to actually get some knitting done. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, thanks for joining me today. Hopefully, with tomorrow being theoretically the last day, hopefully I'll come up with something special to share. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight. So bye. Good night.